It's loading. Yeah, I can.
So this is what MMR right now? This ID?
Diamond 3.
Are you duo Q?
No. It's hard to find somebody who fits well.
That's fine. Your 80 carries Korean though, or I would assume so. Because chat banding. Ow. Alright.
My bad.
No, it's okay. Alright, so we're in the game. Thankfully YouTube doesn't have its stupid thing covering How's your FPS so high? What the hell? Jeez. Okay. Alright. Quadrix is your jungler, right?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure. It was Rise. Oh. Yeah.
One thing you can do in the early game, if you're not totally paying attention to like the minimap or whatever, is you can just basically spam tab every few seconds, and obviously if someone comes up, then it shows their items. But that's just a little minute thing. You might already know about it.
Yeah, I don't usually do that though. Sometimes.
So let's do sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Skip till the lane.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you know this cognitively, but you should try to CS the wave as fast as possible. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually don't do it because a lot of the time ADs just get mad at you and it's...
Well, tell them then type it in chat.
Yeah.
But you should always be aware of that.
Okay.
You should always try doing that. If your AD doesn't do it, then he's just bad, and accept that he's bad, and then you can stop. But for the most part, you should be doing it.
Yeah. And as soon as you hit 2, you just go in?
Yeah. Okay, now his positioning's wrong, but your positioning was correct, so it's not that you were doing anything wrong there. That play was fine. But now your positioning's a little bit... Okay. So the wave ended up getting shoved. She got 2. That play is incorrect. You should die here. Do you die?
Yeah, she flashes.
Alright, I'm gonna go back a little bit. So here, like, this is wrong for a few reasons. Crap. Alright, so, my colors. Alright, so after you did the flare already, right? Which was like here, and the minions got all scattered and stuff. Instead of going over here, you need to go into the bush, and the reason that you need to go into the bush is because not only does it create pressure mentally because of Thresh's, you know, obviously if you hit 2, but also you're just out of vision, and they don't know if you're sitting in the bush up here, or they don't know if you're a little bit back. And sadly, that 1 inch does matter, because it can affect how Morgana can poke. And with the cooldown on your flay still being about 6 to 5 seconds by the time you're inside of the brush, Morgana can't really pressure too much. So even if she stands here to try to poke Ezreal, then Ezreal can just stand safely next to you, and you can assist him with hitting these 3 minions and CSing that fast. And then by doing that, Jinx is zoned out of this minion, and then you have protection over this minion. So it's kind of like playing it like chess. And then, you know, these minions are going to obviously walk forward, and then you can assist with killing these 2, and you'll get the edge up on the lane. But right now the timer, I think that's 2:12, right? I can't see it because there's the fucking YouTube thing. Okay, so it's 2:12. So the jungler on their team is Nocturne. So he's probably completing wolves right now, depending on his path. So Nocturne's probably right around this vicinity. Now this isn't important for you, but it kind of is because you're the support, so you have to be aware of all this. All the junglers have different clear times. So he's gonna complete red at like maybe 3:05 to 3:10. There's some junglers that can complete it at like 2:40, and that's important to know because then if that jungler decides to go all the way back and then do right and then come bottom, it would be important. But Nocturne, you don't have to worry about it. So that's just the positioning mistakes right here. Okay?
Okay.
And the angling, you just always want to think about the most positive way to obviously protect your AD carry, but also protect the minions. The minions are also something that you have to protect. You have to support them. The minions are the third player in bot lane.
Okay.
Alright? So,
Yeah.
that all makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just never thought of it like that with the minions.
So we're gonna go back in. So, oh, yeah, we already know that you die here. Another thing is don't open up with coin. That's really greedy. With the change to ruby, what's its name in English? Ruby crystal. Just get ruby crystal.
I started doing that after,
After this, or whatever.
yeah.
Okay. That's good. Another thing is you can use the F keys to, especially as support, because it's really important. Use the F keys to monitor the other lanes so you can see the minions' HP. And by seeing the minions' HP, it can tell you how fast or how slow a lane may or may not shove, and that can give you information about the enemy jungler.
Okay.
Alright?
Mhm.
Like right now, we already know Nocturne is nowhere on the top half of the map right now, right? Quadrix is going into his jungle, and he's probably going to either steal right. Right is gone, right? So that means he must have been at right. So now you can also keep an eye on right and see when it respawns, and it tells you when Nocturne cleared it. So then you add 60 seconds, prior to that, and then you calculate with Nocturne's movement speed, and it can tell you where he is on the left side of the map. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here, obviously, yeah, you just want to be stalling the lane as slow as possible, so everything's going fine. Okay, defense ping went down at top. From Jax, defense ping went down mid. Said our enemy was missing, so anyways, everything's fine. Now right just came back up, so Nocturne, if he is anywhere, he's either clearing wraiths and he's gonna hit Rise, or he's at golems. And when I say clearing wraiths, I have emphasis on clearing.
Okay.
Okay, so you land that, that's fine. You dodge that, and then you should juke right. Yep. Everything's fine. Throw Lantern to Ezreal. Ezreal should click Lantern right there. I don't know why he didn't. Oh my god, what? She's dead! What the fuck? Ezreal. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, nice. Ezreal made a lot of mistakes. You did everything okay.
I thought I was doing the bad things there.
No. Ezreal made a lot of mistakes. Oh, this is so easy. Nice double kill. Now you should just help him shove the lane really fast, and then go back. You should eat both these waves, because... Okay, and then Jax ends up dying at top lane. That's fine. So you should shove this really fast. You should just flay it, but you don't.
Yeah.
For future reference, flay it. Just help him get out of the lane as fast as possible. Okay. You don't really have to worry, because Nocturne's not going to hit 6 until about 7 minutes, so even in these cases where you're both really low on HP, there's nothing that Nocturne can do. Now, something that I do want to go over. As you say, no heal and no exhaust, but... Okay, so after they use their, their shit...
I should time it?
You should time it. Now, do you know what heal is off the top of your head?
240.
240 seconds. So add 4 minutes to whatever the game clock is, and then I don't know how you have your mouse and keyboard set up, but a mechanical thing that, like, I do, Imp does it, Dandy does it, Mata, all them, from living with them, is they swing their mouse hand over to the keyboard, and then there's the right enter key. At the left, at the very edge of the keyboard, tap that with your thumb, and with your left hand, just enter 4 digits and re-tap enter. And that way you can input stuff while actually never taking your mouse or keyboard out of gameplay. So that's always good. And then if you also don't want to move your mouse cursor at all, you can just pick your mouse up with, like, your palm.
Yeah.
Whatever. So anyways, start doing that. Just, you'll notice a really big difference. All the summoners, time them. Just time the summoners, because that'll help out your jungler, that'll help out you. If you're questioning, like, you know that they're going to get flash around this time, but you don't know the exact seconds, it doesn't take anything away from you to just type in 4 digits on 2 different things. You know what I mean? And obviously if they both go off at the same time, then, you know, it works for both. If it doesn't, like say Morgana uses it 5 seconds after Jinx or something, flash, you just hit slash, you know, and 2 more digits. So like 652/57. So I mean, that's really easy. Okay? Okay, so you guys see us really quick. Tab to see what they've bought. Well, now they've come back into lane, but you can tab, say you were recalling before they came back into lane, you can tab to see what they've bought. In this case, you don't need to go Sightstone right away. You can be a little bit greedy, and you can just get the Ruby Crystal and get the tier 2 coin. And the reason that I say that is, again, because Nocturne, he can't gank for about a minute, and even when he can gank, he can only gank from 2 possible locations. So your ward trinket plus just buying 1 ward would be more than enough, and then the amplified gold that you'd get from the tier 2 coin thing would be greater than just getting the Sightstone right now.
Okay.
So now, okay, so gank goes off, and okay, so when a gank goes off like that, when Nocturne casts his Paranoia, right, hit F2, F3, F4, F5, and look for the Dusk Trail. It tells you where he is.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you can look for what character HP is going down on the avatars. Here, I'm just going to print screen. So here, normally you can just look here, like, and see what character's HP is going down. You can look. But if you hit F2, F3, F4, his like, black shit will show in Fog of War. So that's really, really good. Because that's a way that you can tell where Nocturne is. It can also let you know, if an ally is under attack or how the battle's actually going. Because if the Dusk Trail is going opposite of your ally, it means they turned it around, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's important for solo queue. Obviously, it wouldn't be a problem in 5v5 because you can just communicate, but it's really good.
Yeah. Okay.
So, go back in. So main problems off the bat is you're not using F keys to monitor lanes enough. And then some positioning errors, but that's not too bad. Here, okay, here you're not pressuring enough. Pressure can be done not just physically, as you know, it can be done psychologically. So you gotta apply that, too. So here, fuck, the tab screen came up. Fuck, I gotta get it. Okay. Ooh. You go to ward. Okay. So here. What the fuck? Alright, we're good. When you drop the ward here, right? Jinx and Morgana are obviously going to be standing here. You need to stay in this bush and just dance, right?
Okay.
Left to right, so that you can juke the Morgana thing because you have acceleration going. And then just by doing that, the potential of a hook when calculating like the radius and whatever, on hitting Jinx or Morgana is greater than their ability to just dish out damage to you, especially because Ezreal's already up on items and damage output. Also, because the lane is freezing in this kind of an angle, it's really good for Kojix, because then it creates a lot of pressure on Morgana having to ward Tribush. So Kojix can also come from lane, Tribush, or river. But anyways, by standing here, right, and just by going left and right constantly, Jinx can't get to these 3 very easily. Or if she does, she has to go here, right? She has to stand over here. When she stands here, it creates opportunity for Ezreal.
Yeah.
With his Q and his W. So this is just like minor positioning. And you have to be thinking about Ezreal. This doesn't matter. Like if this isn't Ezreal, say this is Graves, right? Graves has to kind of get in to do his EQ thing. This positioning thing, this wouldn't matter as much. It would only matter for the hook, but the hook's not as big. This primarily matters because it's Ezreal. Some other AD carries that it would matter for is like Jinx, I guess, because she can throw her whatchamacallit, her little bombs down.
Mm-hmm.
It can also matter for Caitlyn because she can drop a, trap. Yeah, she can drop a trap and she can shoot her Q. But AD carries that don't have any like skills that can be used against this sort of an angling, it really wouldn't matter for. But it's important to think about it because of Ezreal.
Okay.
And again, it comes back to protecting these 3 minions and just making it awkward. Because if you frustrate your opponent, if you make them angry or you make them flustered, they're more prone to make mistakes. And you should always be thinking about that. You should always want to destroy them in the lane and make them hate themselves.
Okay.
So, alright. So you go to word try, and Morgana just worded try, so you should type that was a ward. Even if she didn't word try, she worded somewhere near it, so you can easily just... Okay, so you type word, but you don't type the time, and not everyone plays with timestamps. So Kha'Zix goes to steal blue, and Ryze isn't shoving lane to help him.
Okay.
So that's Ryze's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Here... Okay, so... I feel like you could have gotten a lot more aggressive right there. You could have flayed her.
Yeah.
So the ward and then Kha'Zix goes anyway. Doesn't really make too much sense. I mean, I guess he's gonna go to his red, but... Now the thing here is that you, against Nocturne, you have to ward the bush behind the lane. I'm sure you already know that. Yeah.
I think I do it in a little bit, but it was hard to get there earlier.
Okay, so Ryze just died, but Nocturne didn't use ult. Another thing to do is you can time ultimates. So like when Nocturne used Paranoia, that was really nice. The minion dying and you went for the hook. That was good. Okay, so he's recalling. In this sort of a case, you can ping the golems for you and your AD carry. Because you want to invite them in, because you know that you're getting 6 before Morgana. But at this point it's too late to have gone to golems. But when you guys shoved lane, rather than going for that hook and him wasting 5 seconds on a recall, you could have just gone to golems.
Okay.
Now, see when you're about to get 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as soon as one of these minions die, you get 6, right? In this situation right here that I just paused at, this freeze.
Yeah.
So because of that, you should be standing at these 2 minions, or up at these 3 minions. These 2 that are about to die. I mean, you should be near these 2 that are about to die, and you should just be getting a flay on Jinx. Because if you land the flay, the minion will die, and you will proc the 6, and then you just box, and at worst you get a flash. Now we know that their flash and exalt, like everything's up because they used it at the same time as you, and I don't know if you're running the masteries that reduce it, but probably not. So like right there, it would have been Morgana's still 5. You guys would have just won the trade. So this is a really big mistake because that can just win bot lane. Bot lane would be it. If you get a kill on one of them there, Kha'Zix and Nocturne are at top left, as you can see on the minimap. So that would just be free dragon. Even with just you and Ezreal, you would just be able to solo dragon. Ryze could come, you know, and assist for like maybe the last 1,000 damage, but...
Okay.
But you're not threatening Flay enough. I mean, Ezreal's out of mana right now, but that's one positional thing that you're not doing.
Okay. So just try to use Flay more often.
Try to use Flay more often, and try to position so that even if you're not going to use it, it looks like you might. Because that's part of the battle. It's just you know, making them think. Because you don't want to be readable. You know being readable is really bad. If I were to give you an analogy, it would be like in Super Smash Bros. I'm gonna use Super Smash Bros. Melee. I don't know if you ever played the game, but like you just don't want to be readable. You don't want to use the same combos and the same stuff over and over and over. So the same way you don't want to use the same movements and stuff, but you want to dash dance very often, so that you know you're looking for opportunity. Okay, so this Ryze is like finding ways to die to Alistar, which I don't.
Alistar gets pretty fed.
Alright. There, it would be okay to drop the Lantern on Ezreal to reduce the damage from Morgana's pool, but it's fine. That's just a little thing that you could think about. Okay, so Ezreal ults the wave, and you guys have a ward on Dragon, so nothing's coming there. You can ward the bush though, because when you guys are pushing up like that, see Ezreal arcane shifts, that's wrong. they could just be waiting for you guys to shove, and then they could come and kill you from the bush, because the bush isn't warded, this river one.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So when he's up here CSing, you need to come in here very scarce. Like, it's actually, there's a correct way to come in there too. So, colors. Alright. So when he's here and CSing, right, you need to fall back and you need to come up like this. Because if you come up like, if you just go from here to there and you try to shoot the ward down, you can die. But if you come from this way, you can live. And it's really fucking weird how 2 inches make a difference, but it is. Because you imagine, now if you try to go down here, right, Morgana's hit radius on her Q, when factoring in the hitbox, can hit you in so many different ways. Whereas if you're here and you can dance left or right, it's a lot harder for Morgana to hit you, in consideration with your hook and flay still being alive. And then also, this creates a better angling for your bots, because they have to go through it, because they can't really run up against this wall, and that also protects Ezreal on the escape.
Okay.
Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just a really minor thing to think about, but it's important. And like in the Nidalee video, League is all about knowing the correct answer to every situation, because it does come up. Even if it doesn't come up in your next 10 games, it will come up again.
Yeah.
It's just like chess. It's just like chess. Okay, so this is all fine. So just remember, type in summoners, type in timestamps on everything, because that's what the top supports in Korea do. And I'm not saying do it because they do it, but it makes a huge difference. You don't see that in any server. Here, where Jinx is alone, you could just walk up and flay. You could kill her, because Kodrix was right there. So throw Lantern to Kodrix, flay, box, she's dead.
Okay.
Why are you guys running? Oh my god, it was a kill. No, Jesus. No, it's okay. Anyway, do you see it, or do you want me to, like, draw it?
Oh, when Jinx was alone?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
I guess I just didn't see it at the time of the game.
Okay. You threw the hook when the thing was on, but, I mean, that's fine. Yeah. And now you can throw the lantern. You could have thrown it into the bush just for, you know, vision, but whatever. Okay, so now you guys are gonna get dragon, so this is all fine. And, like, right now would be a time to type in summoners and stuff.
Okay.
And you don't have to type it in for your team, but you can. You can also type in Ryze's teleport, in case people are questioning. Okay, here... Oh, crap. Wow, this is really bad by Kodrix. Okay, that was fine. Yeah, throw the lantern down. Okay, everything's fine there. Everything's really nice. Okay, that was good.
Yeah, he jumped over the wall and I got really scared.
Yeah. Here, I would just complete boots, and yeah, I would get boots level 1, and then... Okay, yeah, I would have done everything you just did. Now, right now, Jax is level 7 to level 10 Renekton. In this case, in some situations, obviously, this game it wouldn't have been incorrect, but you guys can do a line swap. Bot can go top, and top goes bot. And even though, you know, that helps their bot lane, it helps your overall team, because now you're shutting down Renekton. You can't let him snowball like this, because this is way too... Like, walk up and play her. Oh, God. Alright, Morgana wasn't in vision, but it's still correct to just walk up and play.
Okay.
If eventually you see Morgana, then... Alright, that was just bad. I'm gonna pretend that I didn't see that. YouTube has a delete feature, you can do that after. No, I'm kidding.
Pretty sure I die here too in a second.
Okay. Throw the lantern, you block. Play. But she has black shield, so you can't really hook. Okay, that was just bad. Now... Okay, now Jinx doesn't really have too many escapes. I'm just gonna draw on this. So, like, right here. Now, we know, because we have the video, but we didn't know... I mean, you can't know at the time, that Morgana is... She's a little bit behind Jinx. Maybe, like, 6 inches north or something. But it would be correct. Now, I think you're faster than Jinx right now. Very slightly. You can walk up to here and try to get a flay as she goes for an auto on him, because she's trying to be greedy while he has the thing going on. You can try to go for a flay. And if you land the flay, then you can walk left, because you want to do the hook, and you want to maximize its efficiency in consideration to its hitbox. And the reason
Yeah.
that you walk left to do that instead of walking right is because
The
if you
wall.
walk right, there's the wall. So it reduces hitbox radius in consideration to ways that she possibly can go. But if you just go straight, then you can,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fine. So you always want to think about stuff in like 90-degree angle. But anyways, so if you hit the flay, then everything's fine. Also, if you hit the flay, Jinx, she wouldn't die, but she would lose a chunk of her health, and they can't do what you would end up doing. Even if Morgana is 6 inches north of her, all that means is that she gets a black shield off, and it stops the hook. But the fact that you don't go for it's a little bit bad. Also, you have red buff, so auto attacks are really, really big right now. You have to think about the true damage that you can deal.
I don't even remember getting red buff. Wow.
Like here, you can throw down the lantern. Like right now, just throw it down for the shield and trade with the shield.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you're not actually losing HP, you're just losing shield. And you're not going to be using the lantern, whatchamacallit, defensively or offensively.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Ezreal. He hits it by everything, man. Holy shit, he's like oxygen. Oh my god. Flash go- Oh my god, I'm so sad for that Rise. I think you can save him, to be honest.
I didn't go because there were quite a few people on him,
Right.
and I had already run the wrong way.
No, I know. I'm just saying, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here, if you're running up, you can flash forward Lantern to Rise. If it had you gone right, you could have flashed forward Lantern.
Okay, yeah.
And it would have saved him. But that's just, it's a minor thing because it's only one life. But yeah, you shouldn't. No, you should just give this tower up. Because if they're good, then you're just dead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I die when Ez gets...
Yeah, even with Kodrik's here. You shouldn't stay, you should just go back. I mean, at that point, you could have... I don't know how good this Kodrik's is, but in some cases, because of where Ezreal is, you could have probably flashed into them, box, flayed, sacrificed yourself, and depending on the ability of Kodrik and Ezreal, you can get 2 kills. Oh my god.
Yeah, I made a huge mistake there.
Okay. And yeah, considering Jinx's mana and stuff, I think it would have been a double kill for your life, which would have been fine.
Yeah.
Alright, so at this point, Renekton shoving top, you guys still don't have bot killed, right? You need to just go, need to go mid now. And the reason that you have to go mid now, is, oh my god, what, is Rise gonna die again? Alright, what the hell, where was it? Was it on Rise? I guess it, okay. I don't know, somewhere. So, you need to go mid, and the reason that I say that specifically is, even though bot's not dead yet, and even though you guys could keep contesting bot, you need to establish map control middle, because of how far ahead of Renekton is. So, he doesn't even click the lantern. Alright. And do you have a dragon timer in-game? I know that you guys got it at like 10 minutes or something, or like 11.
I didn't time it that time.
Okay.
I usually have timestamps, so I just check it at about 5 minutes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to when I said we need to go mid. So here's a few reasons why we need you to get mid. Pause it. And this is gonna apply to every game. This is not game specific. Because stuff like this will occur continuously. What the hell? Okay. So, right now, Ezreal is 100% gonna get this. There's 0 contestation. Alistar's mid, Renekton's here, and we also know that Nocturne is somewhere in the middle. So, it leaves Morgana and Jinx to get him. And Morgana and Jinx can only be coming from 2 possible ways, but the second really doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for them to be coming from River. Because blue is it's not up. You guys just don't have a clear timer on it, and we know that it's not up. So Ezreal's going to be fine. He's going to get this. Now you need to go straight to mid, and the reason that I say that is because Renekton can basically shove this uncontested, right?
Yeah.
And then when he shoves that uncontested, he can also come in and eat wolves. And then if he eats wolves, he creates flanking opportunity for Alistar Nocturne. So if someone isn't there with Ryze to provide chain CC and support, then mid's just going to go down. And so it doesn't really matter if Ezreal gets bot or not. You just actually have to be mid at this point. Even if you don't get bottom, strictly for these reasons, because it's too much map control that Renekton's providing just by doing what he's done. So that's the reasoning that you have to go mid. And then when you get mid, what the hell? When you get mid, you're gonna ward this brush, of course, like the one in between Baron, and you're also gonna ward on the other side of Wraiths. And the reason that you ward these spots is because it's gonna be cutting off Nocturne from the left-hand side, and then you just want to hold control over the right-hand side because Dragon's going to be up in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so these wards is just to establish map dominance over, like this. So everything in here, you just don't want to even have to worry about it. And these 2 wards provide that for you. And then as you guys can all shove mid, it creates safety in falling back to the right-hand side because you'll see everything coming at you from the left. And then once Dragon's up, of course, you'll want to ward this bush. And then you'll also want to have a ward probably in here, like the brush above it. And then also, because of Dragon's timing, if it is around 7:15, then as Dragon's going on, you'll probably want to walk up and around, and then pop a ward in this bush, because blue might be able to be contested. And this is all important because also, now if Ezreal leaves this lane right now, like he kills this tower right now, these minions are going to skirmish, okay? And in 20 seconds, the lane will be here. Right, where I'm drawing all this shit in. And in another 20 seconds or so, the lane will be like here, and then it'll freeze, and your lane will repush very, very slightly. And then I'll use a third color. And then the lane will fight again here, and then it'll clash again here. And this would be the timing of Dragon. Okay? So this is all really, really important, because then if you win Dragon, you can fall back. Now you still have tower. And then you can all eat the CS wave, and that'll be global experience. That's really, really big. And then it's obviously good for the AD carries and the supports. But you should be thinking about this from right now.
Okay.
Never think, like, right now. Always be thinking, like I've said in the past coaching video that I know you saw, 30 seconds into the future, but a maximum of, like, 3 minutes to 5 minutes. So 3 to 5 minutes. Always be thinking that far in. Because you have to be thinking about battles that are going to revolve around summoners. Because there are going to be times where people will delay and stall battles based on their summoner spells. So this battle is delayed off Dragon. You're not going for a team fight in mid. You're not going for any of that. You're going to contest, stall, fall back into the right-hand river, have control of it with these 2 wards, and then obviously you want to win Dragon. And then depending on how blue goes and how everything else goes, you fall back, eat the minion wave, re-shove bot, recall, 3 people go mid, 1 person, judging on that timing, can go and get red, so probably Ezreal, and then 1 person goes and shoves top, because top is probably still going to be frozen.
Yeah.
Okay? Does that all make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Do you have questions, like, for this game time right now?
Not really. You've been explaining things well.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna go back. Nocturne activates Paranoia. So this would be another time you write down Nocturne's Paranoia. And then when you get really fucking good, and you get really cute, and I'm just telling you this because you do it on your own time, because I'm trying to get you to improve yourself as a player, you factor in his cooldown.
Yeah.
So, like, you just tab, you see his items. If you see Yumaw's Ghostblade, then you add 10% CDR. If you get really fucking serious, like some of the Koreans, you're gonna lol king or op-GG him in the loading screen, and you're gonna see his runes and masteries. And then if he has 10% CDR through runes and masteries, plus Yumaw's, that's 20%, plus he has blue buff, that's 30%, then you type in 30% reduced CDR ultimate as the timestamp. Because that's important for, people that are split pushing. This doesn't take any effort from you. This is your role as support. Other laners, they have to worry about their mechanics, their trading, their mind games to a higher degree. and like other things. You have to worry about your ability to type fast, calculate, you know, mathematical decisions, and then be aware of, you know, whatever. Every role has its own problems that it has to deal with. Here, I think you're gonna die.
Almost.
Almost? Oh, you exhaust her. Oh, hooker. No, hook. Why aren't you hooking?
I was scared.
Oh my god. No, you should have hooked her. She would have died. Because she would be locked.
Yeah.
You let the max hook go, and then at the very end, you click to it, and it stops her one more time. You would just kill her. You wouldn't die. You'd be fine. And you wouldn't pull minion aggro because it's a spell. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Spells do not trigger minion aggro.
So, if you jump to them, it triggers a third pull?
Ever so slightly, yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Not like your first two, but ever so slightly, yeah. Okay. So right now, you guys are shoving bot. You and Ezreal should be going to dragon. Kojic should be going to dragon straight after blue. Renekton's at top because he's bad and doesn't have a dragon timer. And then Jax is going top because, well, I mean, let's be honest, he went 0-3. So, like, fuck. I don't know why he's going top. You should be pinging dragon, though, which you're not doing. I mean, we know it's around this vicinity. I mean, I was watching the VOD, but I wasn't paying attention to that. You guys come top. No. Oh, this is so easy. You should... Okay, there's a way to do this a lot better. I'm gonna go through it. Well, fuck, I mean, you get a triple kill now. I would say that you can do it better, and people would be like, no, you can't, but you can. Alright, I'm gonna go back, because you can do that a lot better.
Okay.
Alright, so I haven't done this before. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna ask you if you know how you can do it better, and then I'm just gonna say what is the way to do it better, because I feel like that would provide a better actual educational purpose, and I just thought of that right now.
Okay.
Okay, so... Okay, how do you do this?
Probably hook onto one of them, jump to them, and then try to flay them all back.
But how can you get...
And
Also, what are you not looking at right now? Now,
my teammates?
Jax can't come back into the fight. Right, you're not looking at the teammates. Now, cooldowns are off on Alistar and Renekton. You don't know how off they are, because you weren't looking totally, but there's two things that you could have done that you didn't do, that it alters this to a greater degree.
Okay.
What you want to do here is, you notice it rises distance from you on the minimap? You have two options right now. You can either click backwards, pause half a second, Talisman of Ascension, and it'll speed you and Rise up, or you can Talisman right now. Here, go into draw mode.
And then lantern him in.
So, lantern him in. Okay, so yeah, you have two options. You can click here, pause, Talisman of Ascension, and run in with him. And if you do that, then you have the lantern up for Ezreal, and you can throw lantern somewhere, like, here. Right? Like, in this vicinity, depending on where he goes. So either it's going to be here, or it's going to be, like, here. You can throw lantern, Ezreal gets to it, he can click it. This is one alternative. The other is just, right now, Talisman of Ascension, get here, throw a hook, if you want to, or do a flay, and then a hook, and then you can throw lantern to Kojix, instead of Rise.
Okay.
Okay? Alternatively, if you don't want to go for the hook and the flay, then you can just, you can Talisman of Ascension in, throw Lantern to Rise, probably like right here. Gets Rise right into the fight.
Yeah.
Alright, that's just the cleaner way to do it. And then, as soon as you guys even get one kill, spam ping right here. Okay? And you'll all go through the jungle, like this, okay, and I emphasize this area. Shove this lane to tower, fall back through the brush, get the ward down here, ward here, kill dragon, fall back to mid, you and Ezreal probably, or fall back to bot probably, you and Ezreal, shove this to this brush, and I put emphasis on this brush, because it'll give you vision on people coming in and out of that brush,
Mm-hmm.
based on how the minions are, and then you can walk backwards. You could get a clear on blue, but you don't have to. Recall, and then everyone can group mid. And then bot lane is essentially subbing. You've captured dragon. Now, their pathing from the death screen probably has to... Let me use the third color. Their pathing from the death screen has to go like this. Right? Because they need a ward on dragon. Unless they assume that it's gone. But they need a ward on dragon. And then they have to come in to mid like this. Or they have to come in from behind it. No matter what, you should capture mid, or you just have greater positioning.
Mm-hmm.
Because that should be Morgana's or someone's movement. And then after you capture mid, you ward this, you ward the top of red, you fall back.
Okay.
Alright?
Mm-hmm.
This is just... It doesn't matter who you're playing as support. These are just the movements right now. These are the rotations.
Yeah.
Okay? And then obviously you could also place a pink ward in that bush if you want to, and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. Move back in. Also, if you have any questions, just ask. Like,
Okay.
if I'm not addressing something that you want. Someone pings Baron, but I don't think that's correct, because Jax has to recall, Kojix has to recall, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever pinged Baron, was it you? Let's be honest.
No,
No?
it
Alright,
wasn't.
good. I'm trolling, but it's fine. We need to get Dragon. Okay, so yeah, see, Ryze walked the way that I said. Shove mid. Shove it, go into Dragon. See, it's all nice and pretty, except Ezreal's being an idiot. And Kojix just smited because he didn't have a Dragon timer. Support. We're fine. So, give him the lantern so that he's taking as little damage as possible. Alternatively, throw the lantern up into blue. If you can see my mouse, throw it in here.
Okay, yeah. Give vision.
Give vision, right. Nice. Oh! Oof, flay before you box. Oh wow, hit it twice. Kojix is terrible. Oh my god. Wow. This is Diamond 3. Oh, I'm trolling. I'm not trolling. Okay, so Jack
That's
should
pretty
get the
bad.
kill. Yeah, tell me about it. So, anyways, Jack should get the kill right there. That's really bad. Alright. Here, yep, get Ruby Sightstone. I would never go Ionian, by the way, on Thresh. I would just straight up go Mobo Boots, because your mobility is way greater than the 15% CDR. Because, you're, like, think about it realistically, you're not really going to be getting off your skills more than twice in a fight anyway. And then just getting them up that much faster, it's not worth it in consideration to the initiation and the disengage with Mobo Boots.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so Ezreal's gonna get top, and now they should probably show up on top in like 10 seconds or something, or a little less than, yeah, there's Renekton. So that was to be expected. Ezreal, is he gonna make it out? You can go top to save him, but you don't have to. Okay.
Yeah.
No, Jax, don't keep going top. Now, instead of going top like this is bad. And I know it happens a lot, so I'm just gonna address it right now. I know it happens a lot, because I see it and my brain implodes. So, instead of going top right now, like you, Kojix, and Jax and stuff are all doing, let's, you know, obviously, I'm sure you're probably aware, but maybe you're not, but you're the support, so you have to go anyway, but, like, let's go back to history class, and if they have 4 soldiers in top lane, and 1 in mid lane, then mid tower is exposed. It's like playing Risk. So, view the tower like a country in Risk, and just cap it. You know what I mean? Because if they've committed 4 of their, you know, soldiers to North America, and you want to capture Mexico, then we're going to capture Mexico, because they only have 1 guy on Mexico, and you have 4 people. So, this is really simple. Just don't go top right here. This is really bad. Renekton staying top after denying Ezreal, or attempting to deny it and failing. Renekton should just go back, get golems, swing around back to mid. So this is really bad. Like, Ezreal should have just juked out with Arcane Shift, and then came through Baron, like Baron River, and then you guys get mid, and then after getting mid, right, there might be some congestion. You drop a ward in mid. I'm going to use yellow to indicate my ward. I'm just going to drop a ward right where it went. You're going to come over, drop a ward at Wraiths, and then you guys are going to fake Baron, and then you're going to fall back and rebuy. And the reason that I say fall back and rebuy is because top shoved, right? Bottom shoving. Now bottom is going to have this contested fight, okay? And bottom is going to shove to about here.
Okay.
Now, based on your team comp, Khajiks kind of could split push, so could Jax, because all they really have to contest him is a Nocturne and a Renekton, both of which cannot 1v1 Jax or Khajiks. Nocturne can beat Khajiks depending on how Nocturne's building and how Khajiks is building, but for the most part, you guys should start doing a split push, just because of how the team comps work. So you should also say that in chat, like Renekton or I'm sorry, Khajiks or Jax go bot, right? And so then when Khajiks and Jax go bot, and you guys, after you've recalled, okay, you go to mid, you reshove it from this location, all right? And then you all fall back up to top, because top is going to be frozen right here, where I'm drawing this big green blob, okay?
Yeah.
You're going to push to about here, okay? And then after you've pushed to there, you can then fall back through the jungle, right? This is all just memorized, like, movement patterns that you'll develop and stuff. And then you can capture Dragon, because Dragon's going to be up again soon.
Okay.
After all this is done, right? And then by having someone drawn out to right-hand side, okay, if you're looking at the timers, if you guys call for that right now, blue buff should be coming back up. So the guy that you send to split push can fall back, get blue buff, and then meet you guys at Dragon.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this all make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Seeing how we're doing on time. Okay. I'll probably skip ahead a little bit so that I can approach Baron. You got the really big hour thing though, so if you don't want me to, if you want me to keep talking about every step, I can. I just want to see a team fight.
Okay.
Okay, so you're falling back to mid. Are you guys gonna cap it? Because even if you don't do it as cleanly as it could be, holy shit.
Yep.
He shouldn't have taken it though. He was cloaked. Oh my god. He should have left it for Rise. Okay, now hook. Here. Okay. Ezreal, what are you doing? Okay. So right here. Now, I kind of want to go through the team fight the way that Koreans do, but I have to pause something. I'm gonna go back through the team fight, but I want to take this into paint. Okay, so okay, so right here, when Ezreal gets this kill, right, no one is gonna go to top lane. Renekton has to recall, Alistar has to recall, after the fight is obviously clearly contested. Morgana can't do anything, right?
Yeah.
Ezreal, if he has any form of lifesteal, spam ping him to just go top.
Okay.
Okay? Because what this does is the longer you guys can stall in mid, they have to recall. Someone has to recall. But then you're in a predicament where if one of them recalls, they also give up mid. But if they don't recall, they give up tier 2 top. So you need to just spam Ezreal like 10 times and just ping him, ping top tower. Ping him, ping top tower. Just endlessly. Even if he doesn't listen, it is the correct move right here. Because they can't send anyone top. And if he has any kind of lifesteal, by the time someone does get top to kill him, his HP is like halfway.
Yeah.
So it's going to be completely fine. And then he can run backwards to like tier 1 tower, recall, and then by the time all that is, done and finished, like 2 minutes into the future, you guys just go Dragon.
Okay.
Okay? So, now obviously everything has changed from what I said a minute ago, because the choices made were not applicable, right?
Yeah.
And so now because everything's changed, we're presented with this situation. And in this situation, these are the calls to be made. And so now if Ezreal doesn't recall, if he does recall, everything changes again based on his recall decision. And what you want to know, going forward, is, okay, now what is the best move, given that Ezreal did opt to recall? And then you want to execute that. So if Ezreal recalls right here, right? So we know he's gonna recall. So he recalls. So your goal is to keep contesting a mid fight as much as possible, and then ward this bush, and then just fall back and get Dragon. Because
Okay.
based on Ezreal's recall. If he doesn't recall, you want to fight, and just get mid tower, and
Yeah.
then fall back to Dragon. You don't have to get mid if Ezreal recalls. If Ezreal does not recall, you have to get mid.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Alright. And now I want to go over the fight step by step, because there was a shitload of mistakes. Some of them aren't your mistake, but you have to play like your allies are capable of playing their champions, even if they're not.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, he goes invisible. Oh shit, what the hell? The VOD restarted.
YouTube.
Fucking YouTube. Oh my god, do you know what timer that's at? I checked the timestamp in my fucking...
I think it was 20, yeah, 20.
Thank god for MSpaint. YouTube, why are you buffering? Okay. Oh. Alright. We'll just stare at here.
Okay.
So here, I'm gonna go by this frame by frame. Can I adjust the speed, by the way? Oh, increase the quality. Jesus, I didn't know I could do that. Speed, I can, thank God. Alright, we're gonna go by this and a quarter of the speed. Okay, so here, you throw the lantern placement is completely fine. That's not what's wrong. Now Rise comes in from over here, on the right hand side. Right?
Mhm.
Throws the Q, it's obviously gonna go off into Renekton. This is incorrect by Rise. First off, he needs to Rune Prison Alistar before he throws the Q. Or he can Q and then Rune Prison, but he doesn't do either. Now he Rune Prisons, but that's a little bit slow. So Kajix takes that, which is wrong. He should leave it open for Rise, mostly because he's cloaked. So mistake number 1, Kajix. Mistake number 2, Rise. Okay, so you continue to come into the fight, which is fine. Now, Black Shield is off, right?
Mhm.
So, in this case, you have two options. You have the flash forward thing, which you did, or you have an alternative option. Now, the Black Shield is going to come off in about, a second, right? So you can walk to right here. Do you see where my mouse is?
Yeah.
Just spamming in a circle. And throw the hook onto Alistar. Okay? And you can hope that Rise isn't terrible, and he knows how to get his W up really fast, and then he W's Renekton, and he'll escape. Alternatively, you have what you do. See, this is really ugly. Oh, wow, the Black Shield would have lasted longer than I thought, so never mind. You could have just hooked Morgana then. But, wow. Okay. So you have the flash forward, you boxed, but then you didn't exhaust. So here, now Kajix is lingering on the left-hand side. You need to, in the case that Rise goes down.
Mhm.
Fuck. He shouldn't have moved like that either. His movements are really bad. Okay. So you flash in, and now you have to wait a little bit for Kajix to get into a better position. Kajix needs to be around here, and now you can exhaust Renekton. After the slow from your box is fully gone off.
Okay.
And then Kajix would be able to go in on him because Jax is coming on top, and everyone else is on cooldown. Morgana's without ulti. Like, it would have been fine. So Kajix is making a lot of mistakes. Huh? I don't know. I'm coaching. Okay. So get the exhaust down later. You see that you could have nuked him, or not nuked him, but you could have sliced him a lot heavier had Kajix just not angled himself the way that he did. But moving forward, it's okay. I'm just gonna speed up. Okay. I can't move too much stun. Well, that's why Tenacity's in the game, Jax. Okay. So then you manage to get out. Nocturne's flash is down. There should be a timer on that, just for future reference and stuff. You can also, something to consider right now, because of Morgana's chain stun, and then also, yes, they do have a lot of stun, slow, and CC, you want to get Mikhail's.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you already know, but just saying. You don't, actually, no, you don't want to get Aegis before Mikhail's. But I know that you're building Aegis. In this game, just get Mikhail's before Aegis.
Yeah.
So, future reference. Okay, so you guys go back. Why is this still here? What dragon should be in like a minute, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now Jax is gonna be split pushing, so you guys need to shove to mid, right where Renekton is, because now he's gonna shove the lane back. So you have to shove one lane back and then go top to coordinate with Jax's split push. You guys could technically do maybe the 1-3-1. That's what they call it, 1-3-1. Which is Jax bottom, Kajik's top, you Ezreal, Ryze mid. You can do the 1-3-1 split push. And then obviously you want Ryze to stay with you because, you know, his slow is the CC and he's an off tank, so
Yeah.
Now when you're tabbing, are you checking builds?
I try to look at everything.
Okay. You should try to do that, and then you should also, if you don't know it off the top of your head, this is something you can do in your own time. Not flashcards necessarily, but get raw or generalized CS amounts and learn how much gold they give. And the reason that I say that is because then you can tab and you can judge based on kill amount, towers down, dragons, and CS count, how much gold someone's sitting at, and it can tell you about where they're standing in completion to a build. So, like, sometimes someone could be at 23 minutes, like right now, right? But they won't complete IE until 27 minutes. And you can know that just by, like, how they're farming, how the game's going, etc. So you have a timing window, or they have a timing window. That's a timing attack, I mean. You have a timing window, they have a timing attack. Your timing window is pre-27 minutes. You know, just to give you an example. This is all your job as support.
You
should just hook her. You should just hook her blind. If you hook her blind, she can't get off her black shield. She would have just died.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, now it benefits that you didn't hook, but okay, this is alright. Okay, you boxed. Get back in there and fly, even if you die. Okay. Oh my god, the control from Kajix is just like...
I think he gets the QUADRA.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fine. Yeah, just get mid, As, Kajix, Ezreal should get mid and Kajix should go... Ezreal... They're aced and he's recalling. Jesus. Alright, anyways, future reference, just ping him and say that. Like, because cases like this will occur. Even if it takes 100 games for it to occur, you will have a similar situation. You just spam ping your Ezreal, tell him to lifesteal off the creeps, shove mid, Kajix get dragon, then Kajix go bot and get the CS wave, because that one's coming.
Okay.
Alright, let me fast forward. Because I feel like I've talked. I just need a Baron fight, and then we can conclude the session with like questions and stuff.
Okay.
Because I don't want to keep going over like these minute. Okay, that's okay. I would have walked forward more on that box. I would have tried to get more people inside of it, and this is okay. Oh. Just hook him, Okay. Nice. Yep. Nice. And now just spam click mid, and spam click Ezreal to go. Okay, let me just get to the last. So you flay. And then you walk in, and you don't... See, this is where the box doesn't make sense, because there's a black shield up. and you're not really getting... You don't want to zone with your box right here. You want to hit, primarily because your AD carry has already been caught up position. Also, you want to keep walking forward and then throw the... Here, I'm just going to fucking do this.
Try to lantern as out.
Right, lantern as a real out. Yep.
Okay.
So, you don't want to box here. You want to box here. And then you want to try to capture these two, even if you can. But you want to walk to here as fast as you possibly can, and then you want to throw lantern here. And Ezreal Arcane shifts into it, click, gets to you, Ezreal kites backwards, you peel.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously your teammate here can do something, and then we have the guy coming in from top, so you'd all want to just peel backwards to, like, northeast. Especially because the tower's down, so it doesn't hurt you guys to go northeast. And then you want to get into the jungle, and then as you're kiting into the jungle, ward this bush, ward this bush, ward that bush, and kite backwards into this, because this lane is shoving. And you then, if you win the team fight, now you also create an ultimatum where, well, not if you win the team fight, you create an ultimatum. You present the enemy team with an ultimatum, where if they decide to contest or fight a team fight, if they lose the game. That's the ultimatum that you present with. And the reason that you present that is because bottom tower will fall, bottom inhib will fall, lane is shoving, death timers. You'll get both.
Okay.
So you present ultimatum, and presenting the ultimatum is a psychological factor. Whether or not they're actively, cognitively thinking about it or not, it doesn't matter. Because if some people do, then it does matter. So,
yeah.
Okay. Throw the lantern. You didn't throw the lantern to Ez. Alright. Don't hook him. Nope. No. Don't hook him. Alright, I'm gonna go through this.
Okay.
Also, you're not even Shirelia's. You're not even Shireliaing. It's added movement speed inside of a fight. Now you do it. Okay. So, here. What should you be doing?
Trying to hook Renekton?
Yep.
Back in.
Walking up to Wraiths, and then by walking up to Wraiths, you zone him out. He can't ever get back to base. It just becomes an endless race. You'll kill him.
Okay.
And then by killing Renekton, you get Baron. Also, just by chasing Renekton, even if you chase him up to here, you tool him. The terminology is used to define, you tooling him around.
Yeah.
You can ping for your other 3 teammates to Baron while you deny Renekton's recall. And then even with Home Guard or whatever, he can never make it to Baron in time. It's just a free Baron.
Yeah.
So you have 2 options. You can either just cut him off completely and zone him, get the kill, and then Baron, which is a little bit less proper than just tooling him, denying his recall, and allowing your other 3 teammates to get Baron.
Okay.
Alright? I got teleport, keep going. Guy, this should be a Baron ping, not mid. You should tab to keep notice on the death timers. Lantern to give Jax... Oh my god, you're not lanterning him. No. You're like a number 3 pencil right now, man.
Yeah.
Alright, so... And now this is a mistake. Now I'm not even gonna say it. This is something that happens in lower elos. Like it happens at like Diamond 2, Diamond 3 on Korea. It happened. Well, maybe not that on Korea. It happens in lower elos. I see it in Diamond 5 on Korea. I see it on Platinum in Korea. I see it on NA. This is something that I love to call mid for Baron. And basically, what's gonna happen is you guys are gonna go to mid and then look at your HPs, right? And you're all gonna fucking go different ways, like you're a shooting star from the fucking Big Bang. And you're all gonna recall, and they're gonna spam ping Baron because it's their only fucking chance. So they're all gonna rush there, and Ezreal is gonna be a jack off, and he's gonna like recall at fucking golems or something. And then Jax is gonna think he's He-Man or something, and he might recall it like wolves. Like, anyways, you guys are all probably just gonna go in different directions, and they're gonna get Baron. And I love to call this mid for Baron because you get mid inhib, they get Baron buff. Resets. If you do not do if they do not do something, if you do not force another objective outside of mid inhibitor, their Baron is a greater trade. Alright, so let's see if it fucking happens. It's probably gonna happen. can already see it. Oh, here we go. There's Ezreal. There he is. He's going off like the shooting star. There you go. They're gonna go for it. Yep. You're damn right they are. Look, why aren't you guys recalling right now? Like, there's no way. Like, Nocturne showed up at top. Oh, there's Kojix. Gotta get that 80 gold of Wolves. But I have my jungler item. I gotta get the plus 40. Jesus fucking... Look at this. Oh, yeah, Rise. Alright, that 80 gold of Wraiths. That's really important right now. That's really crucial. Yeah, that's... Yeah, now recall. 10 seconds later. Good job. Alright. That's mid for Baron. Never let that happen again. If you have to sit at Baron and fucking auto-attack it, you do that. If it means that your team will not fucking branch off like the Big Bang.
I started running towards it, but then I think it was Alistair showed up bot, so I just feed because...
Okay, so if your team's gonna be an idiot, like Rise is gonna go to Wraiths, and Kojix is gonna, you know, decide that he wants Wolves, because obviously Wolves is gonna complete his, you know, 6th item. And, you know, Ezreal wants to go off and recall at Golems or whatever. What you can do is, if you can't trust your teammates in that situation, you can use your ward trinket to clear all the wards at Baron, and then you can fake like your team is at Baron. And what that'll do is if they only have 3 out of 5 of their teammates, they will not go into Baron. They simply won't. So it stalls for about another 15 to 25 seconds for your team to get to Baron. Which, in this case, they're so bad that they would have needed that. But that is the alternative. If you can't trust your teammates, do that. It's all just a mind game. Obviously, your team is nowhere near Baron, but they don't know that, because you've denied ward vision. Yeah. And also, because of the control that you guys just had in mid, and that team fight and stuff, you should also know that in the last 3 minutes, Morgana or anyone has not dropped a ward in that vicinity. So there is no wards. There may be one that was like a 3-minute ward, in which case you can easily just clear it, but there's no more than one.
Okay.
Ward Baron, please, so they can't take while we Drake. What are you talking about? Baron's... Oh my god, this Kojix. That was a real comment. That was a real comment. Okay, well, they didn't even get it?
Nope.
What the fuck? Alright, this is bad by that team. Why is Nocturne in bottom?
And 3 of our people went bot.
What is going on? Is this real life? Okay, so I'm just gonna speed up to the Baron fight and we'll conclude off that. Or maybe I can't conclude off that. Do you guys get, like, aced?
No.
Now here's something. Mid super minions cannot get the towers, but bot and top can. Bot and top inhibitors can get the towers, but mid can't. That was good. That box was really good. This is also the cases that you want mobile boots, because if you can manage to stay out of taking damage or dealing it for a short while, you want that kick. It's all gonna be fine. So what they need to do right now is they just need to tool them, because of how mid is. I mean, someone's pinging it, but clearly they don't know that you can't get towers with it.
Why can't you?
2 towers will attack the super minion, whereas if it's pushing from top or bottom...
Oh, it's only 1 tower?
Right.
Okay.
See? Things you learn. Things you learn. That's why bot and top inhibs are so crucial. What the fuck? It got a tower. That shouldn't happen. Unless the minion wave... That shouldn't actually happen. Unless the minion wave got, like, clumped. Like 3-4 super minions or something going at it at once. But if it's just going typically like one at a time, it can't do it. Whereas bot and top can. So that shouldn't happen. That's like a freak incident.
I think there were like 2-3 waves on it though.
Okay, that's why then. That normally shouldn't happen. So even though it happened in this game, it shouldn't. Okay. That's it. That's game.
Yeah.
Don't even get Baron. Don't even get Baron. Just spam ping the towers. What is these?
Yeah, that was
people doing? Yeah, so much time just wasted. Let's get the tower. All right. So that's it for that game, I believe.
Yeah, it's over. Or what?
What happened?
I don't even remember.
It's over now, but.
Yeah. I thought we ended right after.
Okay. Do you have questions? Now we'll just take time to
Um,
go over.
the only real question I have right now is, um, more towards itemization.
Okay.
Is Ruby Crystal the best thing to start with, like every time now, or?
Against auto attack reliant champions, you can still go Dorans. Think about think about champions that basically Dorans can really hurt them. Champions that are entirely dependent on auto attacks and they can't really do too much with their skills. But also, Doran's shield against Lucian is also kind of good because it really helps against his passive. So
Yeah.
that's something to consider. Like in this game, though, they had a lot of tenacity, or they had a lot of stun and stuff. So your team needed tenacity. They had a lot of CC, and you never got Mikhails, which is really, really weird.
Yeah.
So instead of Ronduins, you should have just gotten Mikhails. You shouldn't even go Ronduins in this situation. You should just get Mikhails, and then you can finish off your Solari. And then from there, then you can choose. But I wouldn't get Ronduins in this situation because they don't have many champions that are like reliant on auto attacks, if you know what I mean. They only have Jinx, basically. Renekton, he gets in and deals his damage with his abilities and stuff. And Nocturne, while yes, if you peel into the people that Nocturne's going at, Ronduins can be good, you know, just for its added ability thing. But technically, I mean, if that's going to be your thought process, then just getting actually Frozen Heart would be even better. Especially if Rise is actually good, and Rise notices that they don't have champions that warrant a Frozen Heart, he would just get Iceborne Gauntlet. But then you could pick up Frozen Heart, and it would be good for the team.
Okay.
So, is that all good?
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, work on always typing in the timestamps, whether it's you do it with the method that I said, where you pull the mouse thing over so that it doesn't affect your gameplay too much. You type in the timestamps. Always do that. Be thinking futuristically. You know, 30 seconds into the future for your own individual movements, and then 5 minutes into the future for team movements. Ping things, even if it means that you get argumentative, and if it does mean that you get argumentative, then just hit the tab button and mute your entire team, because they can still see your pings, they can still whatever. So just do that. So, yeah. And then itemizations and stuff, be thinking about that more. And then we'll go over other stuff next time, like picking supports dependent on color, and then yeah.
Okay.
And then we can do a vocal hour too on picks and bends, so that you can learn to sculpt your drafting better in the event that you're ever first pick, where stuff about the team comps are being talked about. Because in this team comp, picking, I don't know if you actually, I can just go and see really quick if you picked Thresh into Morgana. I mean,
no, she picked it into me.
She picked it into you. Okay, so alright, that's good. I mean, picking Thresh is never a bad thing, but yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna look at the picks and bans really quick. This is all kind of fine, except Jax basically gives up that he's top. So, I mean, giving up Jax that you're top when they haven't picked a top laner, that's really, really, really bad. He would just get shut down so hard, or they would just swap 2v1 lane him. I mean, he does get shut down by Renekton, but that shouldn't happen. So, alright. Yeah. And then your masteries are wrong, I think.
Yeah, I changed them out.
Okay. Alright, man. So, yeah, we'll do something next week.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, I'll talk to you more on Skype in between.
Okay.
Alright, see you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. It was freezing? I don't know why. It shouldn't have been freezing. I had 0 frame drops.